Sorry I started without you. Friends. I'm here to take you out to dinner again. It's been a little bit of time, but some of you guys know that I was in Japan for a whole week, and trying to get a video out before that was just impossible, especially when I was trying to finish assignments as well. But I'm here today, and I'm taking you out for Mexican, and I know that a lot of people requested for that, so I'm excited to have some tacos, burritos, and chips with you. So while you're staring, I want to go ahead and make a drink for you actually. So as you can see here, this is my favorite taqueria joint. It is called Taqueria El Triunfo, and it is located in Santa Ana for those who want to know. But it is actually pretty hard to find like your favorite taqueria. For me, it's kind of like trying to find your favorite pho joint here in Orange County. So I finally found it. So I suggest this to people all the time. But you know how I love my drinks. But we're going to keep it traditional, actually. So what we're going to do is pour some spiced rum. Oh, I dropped a little. And our drinks with a little bit of ice. And in here, I do not have soda. I have horchata, which is a rice milk, Mexican rice milk. Do you see that? It's usually made with either vanilla or cinnamon, mostly cinnamon. Whoa, that looks so good. And what I like to do is add more cinnamon. So one is for you guys, and one is for me. Shit, I'm making a mess. All right, there you go. I didn't get you a straw, sorry, it's mine. So I'm gonna mix this up for you. That looks so good. The reason why I love horchata too, especially with Mexican food, is that when you're eating something super spicy, it cools it down pretty quickly. So, cheers to that. See there? Cinnamon on top. This looks amazing, huh? I'll go over what these are with you in just a sec. That wasn't the alcohol, that was the cinnamon. It was like doing the cinnamon challenge. Add a little bit more milk. It's really good though. Wow, so good. So guys, like I said, we're having Mexican food, and I know a few of you guys requested this. I happen to live in an area where we have tons of taquerias, so I'm lucky to have this authentic and delicious Mexican food. Nothing wrong with Chipotle. It's just, I mean, I love Chipotle, but this is great. This is the real thing. So right here, I have a giant ass burrito. And I'll cut it open to show you guys what's inside, but it is, I ordered pork instead of beef. Beef I have for the tacos here. So this is a regular street tacos, that's what they call them. And I just bought some chips from the supermarket with some salsa so that, I don't know, I can have a little bit of crunch in there. So I'm excited, but let me serve you first. I always like to serve you. So you'll have one taco there. I have limes, radish. I have these dried chilies, which I love to chew on. And I have salt packets. Sauce. I'm telling you, I love condiments. You know the way to my heart? Condiments. And last but not least, Tapatio. A giant bottle too. Yes. Okay, I'll put that right here. Let me move this over. And you're going to be quite disgusted by the way I eat my burritos. It's pretty complicated. But let me open this up to show you. Look at that. Delicious. I'm giving that to you. You're like trying to grab it. Don't worry, you'll have a burrito after this episode, I promise. Okay, so let me walk you through how I like to eat my burritos. Let's see here. Let's start off with this sauce. So I'll do the red sauce, but I get really complicated. All right, so first, salt. And whenever people see me eat burritos, they get kind of annoyed by me. Because they're like, why don't you just take a bite of that damn burrito? I can't. I have to put all this shit on it. It's crazy. So I put limes. And then what else? I have my sauce here. Oh shit. So I have the red sauce there. But you can't forget about this guy. Look at that. I stole some from the tacos. Mmm. Okay. I know why. I know why this is my favorite taqueria. All those flavors together, it's like we harmonize perfectly. See? That totally helps. Ooh, that was spicy. If I die on the toilet tomorrow, just remember that I love you. Actually, no. Some more limes. Some hot sauce. Tapatio. So you guys know that well, some of you guys know that I was in Japan last week for one whole week. But before I get into that, I want to tell you something that happened before I went on my trip to Japan. I'll try to make it quick. So I left on Saturday. I had class on Thursday, which was just a few days before that. Or just a few days before I flew out. So I was driving to school, and I usually park in the neighborhoods because I refuse to pay for a parking pass in the parking structure. Because with my school, parking's not even guaranteed, so I'm not dropping $400 for parking that's not guaranteed. So I park in the neighborhood, and my usual routine is to, put on my headphones, walk to school, whatever. It's like maybe less than a mile to get there from the neighborhoods, no big deal. But something strange happened actually that one specific day. I was walking down, I almost hit like the main intersection, maybe halfway to school, and a car was honking behind me. And I was like, oh, like, who's that? Or are they honking at me? I wasn't sure who they were honking at, but anyways, he kept on honking, and I turned around, and I took off my headphones. It was like, I didn't say anything yet because his windows weren't down. So he rolled down his passenger side window, and he says, "Hey, how's it going?" I said, I'm good." And he goes, "Oh, are you going to school? Do you need a ride?" And I was like, "Not really." He's like, "Come on, come on. I'll give you a ride. I'll give you a ride." And I'm like, "Do you have hot Cheetos? Do you have candy? Do you have something to bribe me with?" Like, I mean, I'm not getting into your car. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? And I was wearing like these short little workout shorts too. Who knows? My legs might have been like, "Ah." No, but seriously, it was so weird. And usually when I have my headphones on, it's kind of a non-verbal way of saying, "Hey, like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to talk to you. Don't talk to me." So the fact that he would honk at me right behind me, he told me that he wanted something. So I don't know. I just thought it was so weird, and it made me think about all the times that people are always hit on. Mostly women are hit on by creepy guys. So at that moment, it kind of just like, I don't know. It got me to understand what it felt like. And it's interesting that would happen to me. Like, at my age, I'm thinking no one's gonna want to pick me up and put me in their car. Like, what the fuck? But no, it happens to everyone of all ages, of all sexes, of all whatever. So that creeped me out. But anyways, I wanted to share that story because you do not get into a car. You do not do it. Don't do it, even if they have hot Cheetos and candy. That's how easy I am. Hot Cheetos and candy. Anyways, yeah, that was my story. There are creepy ass people out there. And come to think of it, actually, when I was younger, I got a phone call. I was around 7. I was at home. It was summer break. My parents were at work. I was with my siblings. 2 of them were older. And I usually pick up the phone. It's usually telemarketers or something, which is no big deal. I usually tell them my parents aren't home, which is super simple. But this one phone call was really weird. This man at first seemed normal to me, but at that time, my cognitive skills weren't fully developed, so I couldn't distinguish from right and wrong, really. But I had a weird feeling, I had a weird feeling. Anyways, I went on with it. He asked me normal questions, I answered it, and then all of a sudden, he asks me, and I remember this question distinctively. He said, "Oh, do you like to look up girls' skirts? Do you like that?" And I said, "No." Because at that age, I really didn't. I mean, today I'm like, no. But at that age, I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he proceeded to ask me, maybe a little bit later, what my cross streets were, my major the major intersection where my house was. And I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what cross streets were. I didn't know what major intersections meant. So I asked my oldest brother, and I was like, "Oh, hey, this man wants to know the cross streets." And he was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean he wants to know?" I said, oh, he's just asking, what does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. And then he grabbed the phone from me, and he's like, who is this? What is going on? And then the guy hung up. So the moral of the story is, there are so many fucking creeps out there. And it's funny because at that time, it wasn't serious to me. Because I was still so young, you know? But at this age, now that I'm reflecting on it, it's... ugh. Makes me shiver. So dark, this episode. Cheers. So good. Some of you guys are like, can you eat the chips, please, so that I can listen to it? I will eat the chips for you. So, I prefer... prefers chunky salsa over like the... kind of like pico de gallo. I feel like this is pico de gallo, but whatever. It's super good. Oh shit. I'm doing that Virgo thing where I'm always fucking cleaning. See, I wish I could just clean this, but I can't, so I'll give up. My burrito is still here. I forgot all my yummy stuff. So I'm not gonna act like I didn't leave you for a long time, because I did. So I'm sorry. Just tell me how I can make it up to you. So I'm trying this new thing, and it's called taking more selfies. It's interesting because a lot of you guys are adding me on Instagram, and someone actually messaged me, and he was like, oh, you don't have very many selfies. I said, you're right, I don't. I find selfies so difficult to take. They're a lot of fucking work. Like, a lot of work. Like, the only time I feel like taking a selfie is maybe when I'm in the restroom or something. I'll be like, I don't know, peeing or pooping or whatever the fuck I'm doing. I'll get up, I'll be washing my hands, and I'll look in the mirror and I'll go, oh, you know, you look kind of cute today. Share it with the world. And that's when I'll start, you know. That's why some of my pictures in fucking bathrooms, because I had a sudden realization that I was I looked okay enough to take a selfie, but I don't know, it's difficult. I feel like it's all staged and I don't know, it's a lot of work. And a lot of times too, when I am doing it, I go through I'm taking like maybe 100 shots. I swear, it's like 100. And I'll go through all of them, and I'll be like, delete, delete. And then like right in the middle of the 40s and 50s, I'll go, fuck. I need to fix this. I need to fix that. I hate the way my lips are. It's like you're supposed to enjoy that kind of moment, but you just end up hating yourself for like a quick minute, and then you run into one that's decent, and then you save it. Maybe you'll end up saving 10 out of the 100, and you'll go back to them, and then you go, they're all fucking ugly, and then you delete them, and you have no fucking selfie. That's what you call insecurity. I have insecurities. The last time I checked, I was a human being. Cheers to being human. Unless you're an alien, I love aliens. No, but seriously though, so when I was in Japan, and if you follow me on Instagram, you notice that I took a few more selfies. It's still difficult to do, but I'm working on it, and I know that a lot of people like to see faces. They like to, I don't know what it is. I'll give you what you want. I'm giving you what you want. Look. And I'm trying to figure out Snapchat. So if somebody can comment down below, how do you do Snap? I don't get it. Stories, I don't get it. I find that when I go out with my friends, they're more focused on the Snapchat stories than they are the moment. Whatever they're doing in real time, they totally forget about it. I don't know. And I feel like I'm having too much fun sometimes that I forget to do all those things. I forget to take a selfie. I forget to take photos. I forget to do whatever it is that we do now these days for social media. And I'm not saying I'm too cool for it, because I'm not. I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing. These chips are so good. Oh. So, I mean, I don't want to bore you with the details, but my trip to Japan was unbelievable. I mean, super different from my trip to Iceland. Super different. I don't even want to compare them. They're not the same. But let me just say, there are so many fucking people in this world. And Japan has definitely demonstrated that. I mean, you don't even know how many people live in Tokyo. It's crazy. It's just mind-blowing. You know how people say when you go to Japan you have culture shock? I mean, I had it. I thought I was going to be prepared, but it was pretty crazy. And one fun fact is that the Japanese are obsessed with their toilets. I mean, I swear, like, there's a button that you can press to make the flushing noise, so when you're, shitting, nobody can hear it. Or even if you're peeing and if you're shy about it, that flushing button helps. I just thought that was so weird. I didn't use it though. But the one thing I loved was the bidet that was installed inside the toilet. Now, I think this is probably available in a lot of countries, but I mean, this is the first time I experienced it ever actually in Japan. So at first I was so afraid to use it just because I was like, oh, that's weird. I don't want water shooting at my butthole. But But I finally got the courage to do it. I did it. And the funny thing about it is that I really liked it. Like I liked the way it felt. And that's not okay. That's not okay. So the first time I did it, I was like, "Oh, that was weird." Like I turned it off, but it wasn't like bad weird. It was like, "Oh, that was good weird." So I turned it off and I was like, turned it back on. And it was nice because it was warm and it wasn't cold water. It wasn't like shooting. I don't know. I had sex with a bidet. That's basically what it sounds like. Anyways, that was a highlight, definitely. A lot of times people think that Japanese only eat sushi, but they don't. They love ramen. Like spicy noodle ramen. They love curry. Which, to be very honest with you, I'm not a big fan of Japanese curry. It's just not. I just don't like the flavors. But it's not bad. What else? What else do they eat? They eat a lot of. Why am I blanking? Like I'm on drugs. Drugs. Oh, I mean, they do a lot of they do shabu shabu, they do teppanyaki, um, which is where I think they grill in front of you. What else? Yakitori, which is grilled foods on, like they're on skewers and they grill it for you. Yeah, but I think the reason why I bring that up is because a lot of times people think that Japanese people are all about sushi. I think that America, well, our country, America, emphasizes Japanese food as just sushi, 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 rolls, etc., etc., etc. So there's a little bit more to that, though. But yeah, it was magical, and the Japanese people are so polite. They're so amazing. Very submissive, maybe too submissive. I remember actually we went out one night drinking with businessmen. Actually, there's a lot of businessmen there. There's a name for that for them actually, but I don't remember what it is. We went out with them Friday night, and they said, "Thank you so much for coming to Japan." And I said, "No, thank you," because they were buying us freaking drinks. They're like, "Come on, order some more, order some more." So I was like 6 drinks in already. They come up saying, thank you so much for visiting our country." And I said, "No, thank you for buying us drinks and for welcoming us." Like, it was a battle. It was like, "No, thank you. No, 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 no. Thank you. No, thank you." I was like, "Okay, you win." Give me some drinks. You win. And what was neat is that, you know, in Japan you can smoke inside the bars too, so I was all. They offered me the pack. What am I gonna say? No, they were gonna kill me. But anyways, great times, great times. I mean, I can't really think of anything else that really is popping out at me, but I want to inspire you guys to really travel because, I mean, I've always thought it was so expensive. It's just, I'm like, wow, you can't even, taking a trip is not very tangible, you can't really keep it. But actually you can. Memory wise, you can. Experience wise, you can. And it's worth every fucking penny. And I don't know if this is offered everywhere, but in America, usually we love to get deals from Groupon. So if you do live in America, always check out Groupon. And from my experience, I'll tell you this. I've gone to 2 trips on Groupon. Don't be wary of them. They've got everything handled. You got your place they'll take care of your stay. They'll take care of your flight. You know, and what else? They will take care of your food. Actually, we got free breakfast. Not free, but it was part of the package. We got breakfast every single morning.